Listen, you can say whatever you want. I'm ready to accept a lot of things. But if there is one thing that I hate, I don't accept, I don't tolerate, is to be insulted. And this morning, I personally have been insulted. Juventus PSV, we will speak about it. Inter against Fiorentina, the game of yesterday that changed the ranking of Juve. We will speak about it. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Look, I didn't know where to start with. The Champions League game of today, an important one, or the ranking that has been changed yesterday with Inter Fiorentina. This morning it was clear what I had to go with. The insults, because I have been insulted, and I will tell you more. Not only Beppe has been insulted, but you as well. A Juventino, a Juventina that is watching this channel at the moment, or even if you don't watch, you have been insulted. Millions of Juventini have been insulted this morning by who? By who is well known internationally as the best referee on earth. The only referee to have the opportunity to be on a football game cover that helped probably on his reputation. We are speaking about Pierluigi Collina. Because if you tell me 25 years after what happened in Perugia, Perugia Juve, he says to La Repubblica this morning, the state of the field it was not that ugly. I have seen worse in my life. If you go out with words like that, you're insulting me. Because I remember extremely well what happened in Perugia. It was in the year 2000, 25 years ago. I was already conscious enough, grown enough to remember, to watch that game, to not understand what was happening on that field. A total disaster field. Started with sun at the end of the season. A competition between Lazio and Juve to win a Scudetto. Disaster. It came from everywhere. A flooded field. The rules are saying if you have to interrupt for 45 minutes the game, you need to postpone it. 75 minutes, seeing Pierluigi Collina calling, I don't know with who, testing the field multiple times with a ball that was not bouncing. If the ball is not bouncing, you cannot continue that game. He took, consciously, being totally aware, the decision to play that game. And I will put aside the fact that he said publicly that he has been a Lazio tifoso, that Lazio was the team of his heart, the childhood team. That decision probably saw Juventus losing 1-0 with a goal of Calori, I remember extremely well, and handing over that Scudetto to Lazio. I will put it aside. Don't even want to mention it. But if today, this morning, 25 years later, you could choose between staying silent and not speaking about it, or going with the most obvious answer, look, a decision had to be taken. It was the end of the season. Would have been a total disaster to postpone that game with the result of Lazio already known. We couldn't take it. It was an unpopular decision, but we had to take our responsibility. I would have accepted it. I would not have been happy about it. I would never digest that year 2000 Scudetto. But if you tell me that that field was not that ugly, and we have a problem, because then you are insulting all of us. And these are things that I personally cannot accept. Ragazzi, before judging again, because you heard about it, because he was in PES, Pro Evolution Soccer 3, because he had an aura, because you saw some clips and highlighting skills, him describing him as the best referee on earth, make a bit of research, because this is absolutely unacceptable. I don't accept to be insulted. Anyway, we need to speak about Juventus PSV to start with. I don't want to still stay in that toxicity, in that insult vibe, because when you are playing Champions League, you need to smile. I don't know the result of today. I don't know if we will win, if we will draw, if we will lose, if we will already be virtually qualified or virtually disqualified. It's a home and an away game. But when you play Champions League in the evening, you always have to have that smile, because you are still in that competition, probably the most beautiful one. For sure, the one with the most beautiful music. The champions. So let me start with a smile. But on the other side, the decision of Thiago Motta will also influence. So if you didn't yet, and if you already made it to 4 minutes and 20 seconds of the video, put a maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's make that channel fantastic. Big, 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 where I will always try to defend you guys as Juventini and Juventus. Tutto Sport is going with Provaci ancora, Douglas. Try again, Douglas. Look, when on the 11th of February, I'm reading try again, Douglas, it means that things didn't work well. Because you need to try again, because it didn't work so far. And if it's September, I have no problem. If it's October, I have no problem. If we are already in February and I need to read try again Douglas, I start having my doubts. Look, the possible lineup is already there. The one of Giovanni Albanese, Di Gregorio into the goal, Weah on the right side, Gatti and Vega, center backs, left back, Lloyd Kelly. Locatelli, Douglas Luiz, McKennie in the midfield, Nico Gonzalez on the right side, Yildiz on the left side, Colomwani on top. There are a lot of things that I don't back up on that lineup, that I don't understand, that I don't agree with that lineup. Does that mean that I will be totally a disaster? I will start insulting the coach? I will start to... No, I will not make any drama about that starting lineup, because whoever is playing, even if you play with Perin as a number 10 and Pinsoglio as a forward player, I will support them. I will hope that they will do well, and until the last second that they are on the field, I will applaud them. Hopefully they are doing well, hopefully we win. But it's true that if I'm looking at that lineup, there are a lot of things that are not okay according to me. Not the fact that Koopmeiners is there or not. I think that that's probably one of the decisions that are correct. If we are speaking about meritocracy, and also if we are looking at the season of Koopmeiners, we all said it and we all agree with it, Koopmeiners needs to be benched. We need to see something else. Does that mean that he will never have a chance? Absolutely not. But in this moment, Koop is not performing. That he's playing as a number 10, as a number 8, as a number 4, as a number 1, as a number 11. Koopmeiners is not working. So I think it's a correct decision. What I don't understand is, why is McKennie not playing as a left back? Why is Thuram not on the field? Why are we never seeing Conceição from the start of the game? Why is Savona not playing on the right side of the fullbacks instead of Timothy Weah? There are a lot of things that I don't understand. Why are we playing with two players, Douglas Luiz and Locatelli, that when we saw them against Bruges, they were totally lost, because they are not the same players, they are different players, but they have probably the same tasks in building the game, in taking that responsibility to say, I have the ball and I will start. I will help you to start playing football. I will help you. I will be that brain in that midfield. We saw a lot of confusion against Bruges. They tried again. Let's hope they will do really well. Hopefully, the task will be clear. Who is the first one that the ball is going to? From Vega or from Gatti? Is it going to Locatelli? Is it going to Douglas Luiz? What do we need to do with that ball? The thing that looks like has changed is we will stop with that number 10 position. McKennie will play in a 3-man midfield, because it looks like we are playing a real 4-3-3. But I still don't understand it. I don't understand it. Where is Thuram? Tell us. Yesterday I said it. If Thuram is not playing, I need to understand the why. Is it because he's considering the bench equally important? He said it a lot of time. It's not the quantity of the minutes that are important, but the quality that you bring to the minutes that you are playing. And I agree with that. Is it because Thuram is better when he's entering the field, and Conceição as well, than, for example, Douglas Luiz, that a lot of time we said him entering from the bench makes no sense. He's not changing the game. It could be. I can even understand, but I need to understand, because it's already the third game, so don't speak about fatigue. Thuram could have been tired against Empoli, could probably have been tired against Como, but not today. It's already 2 weeks that he's resting and not playing. I need to understand, why not Thuram? Why not Dusan Vlahovic? I think that we all know, and it makes totally sense to start with a Colomwani. So I have a lot of question marks about that lineup. When I'm watching the lineup, the first thing that comes in mind, honestly, is take the ball and play them on the wings. Especially if you're sacrificing the number 10 role, it's really take the ball and play them on the wings with Yildiz and Gonzalez that are there. Let's see. And then trying to penetrate centrally in the second half with a Thuram maybe instead of a Douglas Luiz or a Weston McKennie that can shift role. Let's see what will happen today in the game, but I have my question marks. Nevertheless, it's the youngest ever team in Champions League from Juventus, 25 years and 171 days for the people that will go on the field today, and for the very first time since 30 years without a single player on the field that ever won the Champions League. You know who is the only one that won the Champions League from Team Juve? Write it in the comment section if you want. Write it in the comment section. What about PSV? Before going slightly on the Serie A of yesterday. Well, PSV is playing also that 4-3-3. They have a lot of players that are not there. Karsdorp, Tillman, Dest, Pepi, Boscagli. A lot of important players that are not able to play today. Karsdorp and Veerman and Mauro are the three of them, even if Karsdorp will not play under a warning of booking, so pay attention to that, even if we have also Conceição and Koopmeiners that also are risking that yellow card. Koopmeiners have less problems with. He can manage himself, but Conceição, we know that sometimes he's nervous and it's easy to take these yellow cards, so pay attention because we have a return game that is extremely important as well. Where I should be, I always say should, you never know, but 99.99%, I should be in Eindhoven next week. PSV form is not the best one. In the last 10 games, they lost only 1 game. They drew 3 games. They won 6 out of it, but if we are really looking in the Eredivisie, well, the last 5 games, they won 1, they lost 1, they drew 3, which actually made sure that Ajax is equal points to them, and they even have a game in hand, so they can even go at 3 points over PSV. That is in a really tough, difficult moment. They concede a lot of goals, but they score also a lot of goals. On the other side, we know it. They have beaten Liverpool. They have done really well in Champions League, or much better than Juve, honestly, because they were 14th with 14 points, while Juve with 12 points, we were 20th. And this is PSV that will play against Juve. If we go towards the last topic of today's video, yesterday, Inter played against Fiorentina. After playing Fiorentina, Inter 3-0 for Viola. Well, yesterday, Inter closed match day 24 winning against Fiorentina. Honestly, it's strange to say, but it's a reality. It's better for Juve. There is no possibility anymore to fight for the Scudetto, or you go with all the statistics, how much points do Napoli, Atalanta, Inter, Lazio need to lose, and how much do you need to win? Guys, I would already be happy if we have 3 consecutive victories in Serie A, because that means that we beat Inter. If we have 4 consecutive wins, because that means that also today we are winning in Champions League, I would already be happy. And then we see from there. It's long in all competitions, but before starting speaking about Scudetto, guys, really a miracle should happen. So I don't even want to take into consideration. So that means that yesterday, the victory of Inter makes sure that Fiorentina stays at 42, where Juve is at the moment, after 24 games, 5th, 43 points, 2 less than Lazio, that is 4th, so that top 4 is really in sight, even if Lazio is doing really well. And even if Fiorentina, that we are watching, we need to pay attention. They are absolutely not out of the game, because they are playing beautifully. Yesterday, Fagioli entered really well, and I will repeat what I always said, Fagioli will do well at Fiorentina, like Moiskin is doing well at Fiorentina. Does that change the fact that we needed to sell them? No, it doesn't change, because at Juve they were not doing well. You can tell me what you want, they were not doing well. So it was a good decision for them, for the club, and probably the best one is for Fiorentina. Let's see. We see each other pre-game, watch along and post-game of Juventus PSV. Grazie, forza, Juve.